Hello and welcome to Side Character Quest. This is your host and DM, Ty. And with me today is the one, the only, the greatest fear of anyone living in this our world.
Daryl.
Hey Daryl, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Thanks for finally inviting me on.
I technically invited you on years ago. I just never actually followed through. It's
That's
not
fair.
It's not that I lack courtesy. It's that I lack follow through. And I have fear. All right.
That's fair. We have a past.
We do have a past. Hey, Daryl, how long have you been playing Dungeons & Dragons?
Hey Ty, how long have you been playing Dungeons & Dragons?
I have been playing Dungeons & Dragons since the first time that I played it with you. I think, more or less.
Yeah, that's how I was going to get my answer, because I don't remember when that was.
Yeah, so Daryl and I have been playing D&D for a very, very long time. Most of my D&D groups have been made up of Daryl, Mallory, and Eli, and me, obviously. And then occasionally an extra person thrown in there, person or two.
I think probably 95%, if not 100% of our games have been the four of us. I think my brother got me the that D&D like starter box with the foam dice one year for Christmas, and then we all started playing with that, and here we are.
Here we are, all these years later.
I miss it.
Well, how about with all of that out of the way, do you think you want to just dive right into the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. I don't have narration actually pre-planned, so we'll see how this goes.
Swing it.
The cool night air of the Salten Sea rustles through the canvas tents lining the street. You can hear the waves off in the distance. You can hear birds singing in the night. And you can see vendors of all sort at this night market on your island, your home island. And actually, I don't know. Is this your home island? Do you live on this island? Or do you live nearby on a neighbor?
I think I live on a nearby neighboring island.
Okay.
I imagine it's like a series of an archipelago, if you will.
Yeah.
And this is just one of the larger islands, but my family lives on a small neighboring one.
Gotcha. You are in the Salten Sea right now. You are out in the farthest reaches of it, near the wall. And on a clear day, you could actually swear that you could see it off in the distance. Whether you can or not, who knows? But you are here with your father, Urang, and you are here to sell his wares, and you are going to go set up. What are you laughing at, Daryl?
Nothing.
Okay. You are here. He is bringing a cart over to one of the tents that's been pre-prepared. He has spools of canvas to sell. They are brightly colored, beautiful, expertly crafted by him. And he would like if someday you took part in this, but you know, who knows? What are you up to right now? What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I am thinking about the ocean and just how I want to be in it and not hanging out on the island with my dad doing his work stuff.
Quick question. I was sort of debating with what your dad, Urang, would sound like. Should I go Kermit the Frog or Henry Cavill in The Witcher?
Both. At the same time.
Jean, if you could...
Oh, that's hard to know.
That's a good place.
Grab some of those canvas rolls, help me get them set up. John, get over here. Quit your dawdling.
Quick aside. How long did it take you to come up with his name?
I came up with it this morning. It took quite a lot of work.
It's very good.
Thank you.
I guess Jean grabs some sails and follows his father.
So you guys, walk over to the tent, the merchant tents that he has reserved on this island, and you're setting up for the night market, but the evening sun is still out, so there's still a little bit of light, and they're starting to turn on torches and gas lamps and stuff that are going down this tent. There's lots of colored light. It's very beautiful. You can smell merchants selling food down the street. You see dried seaweed, you see cannonball jellyfish, butter mochi, all sorts of things being prepared. And you hear the sounds of merchants also setting up in the tent next to you. You can just sort of feel like this weight of knowing that this is what you're going to be doing for the next couple of hours, probably.
I think I take some of the sails and tell my dad, hey, I'm going to take these and try and sell them to somebody else. You take some, we'll divide and conquer.
Are you,
This voice.
I don't know, son. Are you sure you sure you're ready for that?
It's just one sail. You've always wanted me to be a salesperson.
Are you actually planning on doing this? I think I know the answer.
I'm actually planning on leaving with the sail.
Okay. Roll me a deception check, or I guess deception.
18 plus 4.
Yeah. He believes that you are trying to do what you are saying, and he has. Let me just say it in character.
Oh, son, that's a good idea. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
And he smiles at you.
Thanks, Dad. I'll make you proud. I take my sail and I just kind of walk off, trying to lose sight of my dad and just find another merchant that might be interested in it.
Okay, so you're just looking for other merchants right now.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception. Well, we have our first critical failure for a grand total of 1.
Looking around, you are just sort of overwhelmed by the sheer volume of stuff. Like the town that you live in is usually fairly cloistered. You don't see this much culture on display. Just in your day-to-day life working with your dad, and it's just kind of overwhelming. There's just the smell of food, the sounds of trinkets being like loaded and moved around, the voices of people. It's just so much.
I think based on that description, Jean just starts sweating and just breathing really, really heavily, like kind of. His ears are ringing, like he's just caught up in all the noise and the busyness of the market. And he just kind of stumbles into the nearest person and just hands them the sail and like runs off.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, you
just towards he runs towards water, like towards the beach or
yeah, you stumble in, just sort of like drop this sail onto a pallet of fish, like a fish market type of space, and then just start running. And you're passing all sorts of things, and eventually you reach the end of this row where the merchants from Isle Conduit have set up, and then you see the water out ahead of you.
And then we cut back to the market, and a passerby says, "Hey guys, look, there's a sale on fish."
Fuck you.
It just come to me, Ty.
This is very good. So you have arrived at the edge of the water. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling better. I think I just kind of walk up to the water and just put my feet in and just immediately like feel calmer. And I just kind of take a couple minutes and just not meditate, but I just vibing, just enjoying the water, like feeling the tide on my feet, just kind of recentering myself.
Tell me, I feel like this is as good a time as any to ask this. What do you look like? Most people in this area are dragonborn. Most people in the Salten Sea, but there is some variety beyond that. Yeah, tell me a bit about what someone would see on this beach.
Jean is a dragonborn. He's not the biggest dragonborn, but he's probably 5'10" in human measurements. I don't know what that means. He has a coppery skin, but it's no, he has a bronze like skin, but it's not shiny. It's more of like a dull brown with hints of gold that make it pop a little bit, but he's not like a metallic looking dragon.
Gotcha.
And he's just wearing some light leather clothing, nothing too fancy. He's a pretty simple guy. His family does well for themselves, but they're not wealthy by any means.
I know you're working and living with your father. How like old is he? Like, is he like a lanky teen, or is he like a young adult, like in his like early 20s kind of thing, or is he like 57 working for his dad?
Do you know what Dragonborn lifespans are like?
In the world of SCQ, just to make my life easier, they are roughly the same as humans.
Okay.
Roughly.
I think he's probably 18, old enough that he can make his own decisions, but he should probably start choosing a direction in life. But he's feeling a lot of pressure from his father, obviously to go one way when he feels compelled to go another.
Gotcha. So what are you clearly aren't interested in following your father's footsteps. So like, what are you here for? What are you looking for today?
I am looking for someone. Have I been referring to myself as me or Sean this whole time?
I think we've mostly been referring to Jean as another person.
Okay. I think Jean is here looking for a place where he feels like he'll be welcomed. He's heard rumblings of a group of Dragonborn that are kind of secluded from this community, and he wants to try and find them to see if he can learn from them.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've heard tell that there is a person that is going to be at the market tonight who is familiar with that group, has done dealings with that group. Goblin man, bluish skin, a little tall for a goblin, but still that doesn't mean very tall. And so you know that they're somewhere in this market. Beyond that, you're not really sure.
Okay. So I think after being out on the beach a couple minutes, Jean composes himself and he looks around on the beach and finds a couple, almost like, obviously it's not a river, but like river stones, just small stones that he takes, and he has a little pouch on his belt. He likes to find nice rocks, and he collects them and he carries them in his pouch.
I know what you're planning. I love it.
Do you?
Magic stone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love that spell or cantrip. Nice. So yeah, you head back.
I do like the idea though that he just collects nice rocks though.
That is very nice. I do like that just in general. So where are you heading now?
I think I'm just kind of meandering the market, trying to, if I can see my father, avoid him, and just looking for the goblin man.
Okay. Roll me a investigation check as you were looking around.
Hey, you want to know something fun? All the passive stats, they're all 10s. 15 investigation.
Look, you got a pretty good sense, pretty good lay of the land. You're looking for a merchant, not a merchant. You're looking for a guide that has been seen around here. Probably not somebody that is really selling things. Like, they're not a merchant, so they're not going to have a tent. So you want to have a good sense of like where that sort of person might go. Somebody that is here as presumably a customer. And you notice that the market stuff that are selling trinkets, that are selling, treasures, armor, that sort of thing, they're just getting set up for the night market. The things that have been up for a while are all the food carts. And so that's probably the space that you're going to want to go.
Okay. What time of day is this? Is it pretty early?
It's pretty late in the evening. The sun is setting.
Okay.
And
Do I have money?
Sure. You have a little bit.
What's a little bit in this world?
You probably have enough that if you wanted to buy, like, if this was the real world, right? You would probably have enough if you wanted to buy yourself lunch and a t-shirt and a trinket from a store.
Okay.
So you could get something comparable to that.
Okay.
Are you looking to buy something?
I was just curious. I didn't know
Okay.
how much money mattered. I guess it won't if I'm leaving. But
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to buy something, you could look for stuff.
I think Jean will head towards the food stalls. He's been out with his dad a lot of the day, and he's getting a little hungry, so he'll go try and find some food and keep looking for the goblin guide.
Yeah, you head over to the food stalls, and there's, like I mentioned before, there's lots of coconut-based foods. There's people have the little pickaxe that they like use to crack open a coconut, put in a straw. There's mochi. There is jellyfish. What calls to you?
I think he likes jellyfish.
Oh, he likes jellyfish. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He likes the tingle.
he likes the what?
The tingle.
I would, if you had asked me what you said, I would never have guessed that that's what it was. Nice. You head up to the front of the line, and as you're getting your jellyfish, like a container of a dried out jellyfish with I don't know, rice. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Like a little bowl of rice with some dried out jellyfish and like seaweed flakes and various seasonings in it. You catch out of the corner of your eye, in the sea of Dragonborn, you catch a fleshman, a person with no scales.
Is it the goblin person?
Yeah, I'm not going to drag this out too much longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they are you see them, they are...
I think Jean just sees them and just kind of quickly scarfs down, not all of his food, but like enough of it, and then just kind of scrambles in that direction.
As you are walking over to them, you see them walk over to some benches, some tables. It's this older looking guy.
Hey, look at you, Christopher. How are you doing? Let me just sit right here.
And he just sits down on a chair while looking at another
Christopher, how are
chair
you
and
doing,
talking
my
to it.
boy? Love to see you. I got me some sausage. Delicious. Love the stuff. So good. All right, and you, Sarah. Sarah.
He looks at a table.
Sarah, how are you doing this evening? Well, yes, the way the moon dances across your everything. Oh, I love it. Oh, yes, I am such a flirt. I know.
He is saying that all as you approach.
Jean hangs
you-
back and just observes and keeps listening to him.
Oh, I would have bought you more of this sausage. I would have bought you more. You know I would have, Sarah. But sometimes you gotta make a choice that's right for you, and the choice that's right for me right now is that I'm very hungry. And listen, once Larissa's back in town, we'll get another job, and it'll go great. But for now, I'm on a limit fixed income. I've been trying to branch out. You know I have. You know, Christopher knows.
Okay. Jean walks over and sits on Christopher.
Christopher! Oh my God. Okay. He says he's good. Hello, young man.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing so good. I've got my sausage, got a couple of friends. We're just having a great night here at the night market.
I see that. Well, my name is Jean.
Jean. Nice to meet you.
Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. Sorry, Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan.
No.
Jonathan?
It's Jean.
Jean?
Atin.
Jonathan. Okay.
Sure.
All right, Jonathan. How are you doing? This is my friend Sarah, my friend Christopher. You and Christopher know each other clearly very well already.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I heard that you might be able to help me with something I'm looking for.
Oh, you lost something on the island. Do you need some help with the forest? I'm trying not to do that as much. I'm trying to focus on the water navigation and stuff.
I need a navigator, I think.
What?
A guide.
Really?
Yeah.
He looks so excited.
Really? And you came to me?
Yeah. I heard you're the one. Best in the biz.
Word is getting out. Did you hear the Sarah words getting out?
Mm-hmm.
Finally. Oh, did I tell you? Sorry.
He reaches out and grabs one of your hands in like both of his hands and does that that shake, the very gracious shake.
My name's Remy. It's nice, very nice to meet you, Jonathan.
Nice to meet you, Remy. Yeah, we'll work on the name thing.
What about it?
Okay. Maybe we won't.
Where are you trying to go there, Jonathan?
I don't know exactly. Have you heard of the group of Dragonborn that live near here?
There's a lot. You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
Yeah, that one's on me. They're kind of a underwater group.
You mean the Deep Walkers?
Yep.
How do you like that name?
That's
that ring good?
Yeah, I think I like it.
Okay, cool.
I don't dislike it.
Cool.
It didn't feel bad when you said it.
Thank you.
Oh, you mean the Deep Walkers? Oh yeah. I've done a little bit of work with those guys a few times in the past. They're real good.
Yeah, I wanted to find them and see if I could learn from them and work with them.
Wait. Oh, so you're not looking to hire them? You're looking
Yeah,
to.
I don't have money to hire them. I got money to hire you.
Oh, that's good. I could use some money.
I'll buy you a sausage.
We'll get to payment later.
Okay.
The thing is with the Deep Walkers, they're kind of selective. How are you gonna? Listen, I'm happy to bring you to them, but how are you gonna get them to work with you? I don't want to waste your time. Is the thing, kid.
I feel like I've been my whole life living one way, but feeling like I needed to go another path, and I've been practicing and learning different abilities. And John casts Shape Water on like a nearby cup and just kind of pulls the water out of the cup and
Oh, cool! Wow, Sarah, you seeing this? Oh, okay. You got a bit of an affinity. I'll give you that, kid. Still, it's not just about being able to do. They kind of want people to be vetted, is the thing. And I like you. You know I do. Christopher vouches for you. But, you're gonna need more than that.
Okay. So John kind of rummages around in his bag and he pulls out like a leather wrap or cloth wrap and sets it on the table and unfolds it. And it's inside you see a stick.
Just a little stick?
Just a small piece of wood. It's a piece of driftwood.
You got a stick there. Where'd you get this?
My uncle received it from the... What are they called?
Deep Walkers.
Deep Walkers. I was going to call them Driftwalkers. The driftwood threw me off. My uncle got it from the Deep Walkers.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, listen, Sarah's telling me some things right now. Yeah, this could work.
His hand reaches out and is about to touch it, but then he stops himself as he sort of feels like there's something special about this and he doesn't want to interrupt it.
And I think when he would reach towards it, John kind of pulls it away because it's important to him.
Yeah, I feel like he probably reacts almost at the same moment that you pull away. So he is realizing it, that it is uncomfortable at the moment that you are making it clear.
Cool.
All right, I get the deal. What are we talking payment wise? I could get you there, no problem. I got my boat. We could leave first thing at first light. Have you there, no problem.
What kind of boat are you working with?
That's a skiff. I guess.
I don't know what that means, but in my mind, it's a little sailboat.
Okay, so it has a sail.
Yeah, it's got a sail.
How about I hook you up with the top of the line, a tin sail?
In a tin sail?
Mm-hmm.
What color you got?
Whatever color you want.
Oh my goodness, you hear him. Do you have maybe like a bluish green, like a bluish kind of a teal color? I think that would be really nice, really cool.
I can get one of those.
Water is lapping at the sides of the skiff. The new sail, the new tin sail, catching the wind as Remy deftly maneuvers through the winding currents of wind and air that make the Salten Sea so treacherous. You headed out a few hours before the end of the night market, slipping away so that your father could not stop you. Could not prevent you from going out and making something of yourself. Right as the sun starts to rise, you see rising over the horizon the wall.
Well, I think that's where we're getting pretty close. We're right about based off of this path.
And he starts gesturing towards a map of notes that he has that have helped him navigate this very treacherous path.
Would John have ever seen the wall?
I don't know. It's like I mentioned in the intro. You guys are pretty close to it, but maybe it's not visible from the island. I don't.
I imagine
actually,
he's probably like gone out on ships though, like being in the sail business. So
yeah, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Have you ever seen it?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's not often, but he's come out far enough a couple times with his dad on sail trip.
Sail trips, testing
Sail
days.
trips. Yeah.
You've never gotten close to it, I assume.
No.
As you see the wall out ahead of you, the whipping wind and raging waves around you suddenly and almost frighteningly calm. And you find yourself in a patch of incredibly still water. The skiff, the sails slacken, and the skiff slowly drifts out a little bit before Remy pulls out some oars.
You're gonna want one of these guys right here. Todd will help you through.
Who's Todd?
This is Todd right here.
The oar.
Yeah, the oar.
Great. Nice to meet you, Todd.
Oh, he's a kidder, that Todd. Don't take too much from it, Jonathan. He's
John.
a kidder.
John's fine. That's good. You can call me John.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sounds
All right.
good.
All right, and he sits down in a position to take this long oar that he has, and he starts rowing towards the center of this patch of calm waters.
Okay. Yeah, John follows suit and loads Todd up in the oar holder cradle. Hole?
Yeah, the little thing.
Yeah.
As you guys are making your way, you reach the center, and nothing is like you're almost in the very center of this patch, and you don't really see anything. And you wait for a moment, but right as maybe you would say something, maybe you would ask what you're waiting for.
There they are. I knew it wouldn't take too long.
A wall of water raises up in front of you, maybe 10, 15 feet high, and then it slowly parts from the center, revealing a stone outcropping that you swear was not there before. And you see standing atop it, a tall dragonborn robed in dark fabrics. They look towards you.
Welcome, Remy. Who's your friend? This is Jonathan. He was hoping he could have a quick conversation with you guys about maybe joining up.
Jonathan, I don't know if you're familiar, but you can't just join us. Sorry that you come all this way.
So hearing that, John, he says, "Hi, it's John. Actually, Jonathan. I came here with this," and he holds up the driftwood. Well, he rummages around first and digs it out again and pulls out the driftwood.
As you hold that up, the figure pulls back their hood, and you see a woman with gills along her neck, and you see webbed fingers on the hand pulling back the hood.
Hand that to me, please.
And she steps forward and walks over the water to your boat.
How far away were they?
Maybe, I would say that maybe 20 feet away from you. The stone outcropping, the edge of it is maybe 10 feet away from the boat.
Okay. Well, I guess I can't walk on water, so I just hold it out.
As they walk towards you.
Yeah, like Ray on the island with the lightsaber.
Nice.
But it's just a piece of driftwood.
And when they get to you, they touch it and take it for the briefest of moments, look it over in their hands, and then hand it back.
So you know Levi.
I do. He's my uncle.
Well, a friend of Levi is a friend of the Deep Walkers.
He is a bit of a legend.
Come with me.
Leviathan.
She reaches out a hand to you. Do you take it?
Yeah, I think John kind of stows the driftwood somewhere more secure, and reaches out his hand and takes hers.
She leads you, stands you up, and then leads you onto the water.
Mm-hmm.
And assuming that you continue with her, your foot hits down on the surface of the water. And although it feels wet, it doesn't feel like you're standing on just like concrete or whatever, but you don't pierce through and you don't sink. She walks with you over to the stone outcropping.
Oh, I'll be over here. You guys have fun. I guess I'll wait until the end of everything. All right. I'll just be over here.
Thanks, Remy.
Right as you are taking your first step onto the outcropping, she lets go of your hand, and you feel your back foot sink into the water very suddenly, but you are able to catch yourself and stand on this rocky surface. How many ways can I say rock, on this beach? And then she turns and looks towards you.
To join with us, you must not seek our approval, but seek the approval of a higher power. Or
This is, oh man, I was not planning this, but it's too cliche not to say.
Or a deeper power. As the first step, please.
She reaches into her robes and pulls out this pack, which then she spreads open, and you see this pack of 3 items on this leather sheet that she has rolled out.
Kind of like a tool roll.
Like a tool roll, yeah.
Got it.
One of the objects appears to be a dagger. Another appears to be goggles. And a third was going to be a piece of driftwood. However, you already have that. Name me a watery thing.
We can use the shell here.
Okay, we've got a shell.
Each of these tells me something about you. Please, choose what's correct.
Well, I have 3 daggers already, somehow.
I will tell you, these are all magical items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed.
Well, yeah, I assumed. What's your arcana?
Plus 0. So it's 10.
Okay. If you want to know anything about them, you can roll. But yeah,
Yeah, I think you just kind of see if one like
calls to him.
calls to him more than the others. He rolled a 4. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, you kind of get the feeling that they all do something, but with a 4, you're not really sure what they all do. Like you can kind of get the vibe that they are definitely magical in some way, but you aren't entirely sure what they are for.
Did she say her name? Or no.
No, she did not.
Okay. Okay. So, and she said choose the one that is correct
Choose the one that's correct for you.
for me. Okay.
Because this is telling her something about you.
Jean looks at the 3 items before him and feeling the 3 daggers that he already has strapped to his waist. Looks at the shell, kind of reaches out towards it, and then in the end grabs the goggles.
Okay. As you grab them, you pick them up, you see that there's 2 different colored lenses on the goggles, and there's strange markings inscribed both in the metal of the actual goggles themselves, but also in the glass. And yeah, they're very, very strange looking. They look very unusual. Can you strap them around your neck, I assume? Just kind of hang loosely?
Yeah. Okay. Does she like react at all when I pick the goggles?
She nods, seems a little surprised, but pleasantly so.
I think Jean just kind of... Is there anyone else out here, or is it just...
It's just you two. Although, as
And
you
Remy.
are thinking that and looking around, you see a little tentacle of an octopus poke out from the corner of this person's robe.
Okay. Oh, I guess I don't have my tentacle yet.
Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm excited.
It's part of my my pact.
Oh, cool.
I can summon a tentacle.
Cool.
I think Jean sees the octopus arm. He's not startled by it, but just caught off guard. I don't think he says anything, but he just. I guess we're not walking towards anything either.
No, I have an exit from this if you want. If there's nothing else that you want to do,
I don't think he would say anything at this point.
Okay.
Like this is what he came here for, and
and it's happening.
he's just along for the ride now. Yeah.
Gotcha. She grabs your shoulder, looks you in the eyes, nods, and then shoves you backwards. And you fall through the water, once calm, now roiling around you. And you sink, and you see the light from the sun filtering down, and you breathe in the salty water. It fills your lungs. And as your trial begins, you feel at home. Hey Daryl, how you doing? How you enjoy your first time on Side Character Quest?
I'm good. It was. I don't do this often, so it's. I mean, I play D&D. I would say often, but it's been less often lately.
Oh,
Yeah, it was fun.
nice.
Excited to see where this goes.
So, let's go over real quick. We didn't touch on this at the beginning of the episode because I felt like it would be more fun to learn about your character through the course of the show. But just tell listeners, for people that give a shit about this, class, level, all that sort of game mechanic-y stuff.
Okay. Jean is a level 6 warlock.
Nice.
Do you want me to go into like the pack stuff?
A little bit, like just sort of the which
Okay.
pact you chose. You don't have to go into each of the abilities or whatever.
Got it. I chose the Fathomless Pact for them as far as a warlock.
Warlock.
Warlock is different. What else did you want to know? Just level. class?
I think that's pretty good. I mean, if there's anything that you want to mention that we did not really go into, but I think that's probably fine.
Yeah, I guess it would make sense to talk about what he has with him, equipment-wise, broadly.
Yeah, broadly.
Like he carries a quarterstaff, kind of like strapped to his back just for his beach walks and stuff like that.
And we can say that, you know, he had a good idea that he was going to be having to prove himself into some capacity, so he probably has his pack, like his necessary things, you know?
Right.
It's not like you were being caught unawares.
I guess that's the only thing that I wouldn't want to just be like, surprise, I have a quarterstaff.
Fair.
Everything else is pretty standard. So.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, with that, I think that we can wrap things up. Daryl, I assume the answer to this is no, because I asked you beforehand and you said no. Is there anything you want to plug?
Yeah, actually, so go follow Eli on Twitter. What's his at? It's at
Sir Eli of the Pine.
Yeah, follow him and then tell him Daryl sent you, and then just tweet him a good old fuck you, Eli.
Oh, please do this. That would be very nice. I'd enjoy that, especially if Eli has not listened to this yet.
Mm-hmm.
That would actually probably make him go insane with anxiety. But fortunately, he also listens to these episodes like within an hour of them being released. So you should be good.
Yeah, he's very fast.
Yeah, he's very, very quick. We love you, Eli.
He's all right.
Well, while you're doing that, when you're done listening to this show, maybe check out another show on the Scavengers Network. I personally, when we are recording this, have just finished listening to Amateur Detectives Club. Boy, I trip over that title every time. They are doing a series about Only Murders in the Building, which was a TV show that I really enjoyed, and it was fun hearing them talk about it because they have a lot more experience with detective media than I do, and I don't know, I enjoyed hearing their takes on it. So check that out, and until then, Daryl, you have anything you want to add?
No, I don't do anything on the internet. So
okay, cool. Well,
it's a terrible place and I hate it.
With that, I think we will pitter patter on out of here.
Goodbye.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Thanks to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Find them at thejordrops.com. You can find us at sidecharacterquest.com, at SCQ Podcast on Twitter, or by email at sidecharacterquest@gmail.com.
The Scavengers Network.
Creator-driven.
Community-focused.
Treasured content.
Are you a fan of Boy Meets World?
Do you enjoy rewatch podcasts?
Well, then you should check out The Lost Years, a retrospective fan cast hosted by me, Tay.
And me, Sid.
It's my favorite show of all time.
And I've never seen it.
Each week, we're recapping a new episode of Boy Meets World, sharing bits of nostalgia and learning a wholesome lesson. Join us on our rewatch journey, won't you?
School's in session every Tuesday, wherever you find your podcasts.
What else do you need to know?
There'll be like a little music playing and then bloopers.
And I got my waveform up the whole time so I can monitor it.
Perfect. Let us do the count off. So I'll say 1, you say 2, 3, 4, up to 8. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7.
I forgot.
What? It's coming out strong.
We'll do it again. Let me figure out how to lock
Your chair.
my lean back.
Yeah.
Well, I just pulled a handle out, so that's probably not right.
Little secret that I have not told anybody except for the person that was on the line when I made this decision. I have officially hidden the Irk episodes. They're marked as private. Because what was happening is like people were listening to just the pilot and never even getting to the main show. And so we have
I was turning people away.
I mean, Eli's also in the first episode of the show. So
the first.
But yeah, since I have done that, we've gotten like several new listens on the first episode, and prior to that, we had gotten like none. I had a lot of questions from people. They're like, "Oh, when is Ert coming back?" And I was like, never. But also, like, it's not in the same world. I thought I did a good job of making that clear, but I did not do good enough, I think. Because we didn't know that it was gonna still be a thing. I didn't think I was gonna record more than. Honestly, I didn't think I would do more than 10 episodes.
Here you are, almost 100.
Almost 100.
If my episode is 100, it's like a great little fuck you to Eli, who I love very much.
Eli is very easy.
I haven't talked to him about coming on here at all whatsoever, so he's just gonna hear it one day.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Really messing with Eli is half my personality at this point. I'm good. You've mentioned my name several times on this show.
I actually was thinking about this the other day. You've actually been on the show once before.
I think you're mistaken.
Well, I probably just somebody.
My good friend Jimothy.
Yeah, you guys do sound very similar, but I probably just got confused by that.
We drew a grid on our table in our dorm, and we had charts printed out all over the place, and we played everything completely wrong, but it was
Oh
great
my
time.
God. Just accidentally house ruled Daryl into having a completely broken character. Because
I solo killed a dragon. I made Eli
easily.
a one-shot encounter for me, and I just killed the dragon.
Oh God.
Hey guys, Ty left, so this is where I get to leave fun messages for him. I just want to give a special shout out to Eli. Fuck that guy, he's the worst.
So walking back towards the market, the first group of tents that you see, like I mentioned before, they're all from Isle Conduit. So lots of like little metal gadgets, and they're making like whirring sounds. Some of them seem to be lighting up, making a weird hum, that sort of thing. One of them, as you're walking by those merchants, one of them grabs you by the shoulder.
Hello, sir. Would you like to purchase one of my fine electrical devices here?
Can I see what he's selling?
Steps backwards and gestures out with a wide sweep of his hand at this collection of different clicking and whirring objects that appear to have like they seem like they're clockwork, but you can't see like the mechanism. Like they're making the same sort of movements, but like the actual whatever is there's nothing. They weren't wound up, you know. They're still moving somehow and making these weird sounds. One of them chirps like a bird. Another starts to glow as it spins, and he is just sort of smiling very broadly at you.
I think startled from being touched, Jean kind of stumbles away from the person and just it's like, no, thank you.
Oh, well, if you ever want to give up the life of magic and turn to something a little bit more tangible, more understandable, more logical, more powerful, come to us.
Sounds like a guy that's never tried magic.
And then a guy standing behind the booth next to him punches him in the arm and just says,
Stop, you're freaking out the kid. Leave him alone. Jesus Christ, a hard sell. Sorry, kid. Just trying to loosen up at the beginning of the day. You get it.
I don't.
Hey, you're Rang's boy, right?
Orang? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dad. Yeah. Orangutan sales. Yep, there's something special. I wouldn't buy another brand.
Keep working on that sales pitch. You're gonna get there. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm cut out for the whole sales business.
Oh, of course you are. No, yeah, totally. What you got to do is just work on your gestures. Work on your broad gestures. Show me your broad gestures. Show me how you would gesture to a beautiful orangutan sail.
And Jean kind of takes his right arm and winds it up, kind of in a circular motion past his face, and then just brings it down across his body and just follows his hand and walks away.
I told you to just leave the kid alone. I'm sorry, I was trying to be encouraging.
I'm just practicing the voice, trying to do sort of a slow, low energy version of Blue that kind of has a little growl at the end.
I knew it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Warlock.
Werelock
Warlock is different. Yeah.
So if you get bitten by an Alton, you turn into a Werelock.